like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
Good afternoon. So, happy Saturday. Good. So juicy questions today. Yeah, I got 7 of them. Welcome everybody to my podcast, my Ask an Angel. Welcome to everybody in the YouTube community. Feel free to come and watch our live on Saturdays, 2 p.m. on Pacific time. Like and subscribe and do all the shit you need to do on YouTube, and everybody on Twitter, Twitch, click follow, that way you can get updated information. And all right, so hello, let's get to the show. I've got a whole bunch of questions ranging from, and it seems to be almost a theme because they're talking about exes, a lot of these ones, so, yeah. How does my colour look? Oh my god, I look purple. Why do I look purple? Do I look purple? Okay. Oh, must just be my eyes. I don't look purple there, don't look purple there, but on this screen I look very purple. So I got my coffee. Cheers everybody. But let's get into them. First one comes from a girl called Brittany. Okay, Brittany. So, question is, this guy I'm kind of seeing says he wants to have sex with me, but he doesn't want to just have sex with me because he likes me. Maybe it's in the context I'm reading this. Okay, this guy I'm kind of seeing says he wants to have sex with me, but doesn't want to just have sex with me because he likes me, and that he's closer to me and it's more intimate. I'm confused. It's been 4 months since we started talking, but he has problems. He has no, but he and I guess that's supposed to be had no problems having hookups or one night stands in the past. Thoughts? Okay, the problem with one night stands is it's one night stand. If it's more than one, it's not a one night stand anymore, is it? Hookups are kind of like, I find as well, which means it's like you just get with the guy once in a while, but it's been 4 months and the guy's gotten feelings for you. I don't know why this is confusing, and I don't know why he hasn't actually said this. Clearly, he's basically trying to say that it's become more intimate to him. It's more than just a hookup to him. If it's not to you, that's fine. There's no judgment, right? You don't need to. There's no law that says you have to fall in love with the person you're having sex with, right? It's where modern relationships gets all fucking confused. And I don't know, back in the day, it used to be a set rhythm because they tried this once. They tried to be having sex with anybody or whatever, and there was a lot of chaos, right? So society, humans, we created all kinds of little rules to make things work so we don't go fucking crazy, we don't go killing each other. our primal, instinctual, animal instincts don't throttle each other, we created these methods in which we got together. But over time, those methods have kind of dropped off. Where you meet somebody, you fall in love, you get to know them, and hell, there's the old fucking tradition of asking the family, the father or the mother, can I have the daughter's hand in marriage, and blah blah blah. It blew, right? But now it's kind of changed. It's gone back to almost, but with a bit more sense of being able to sleep with them, with anybody, and having relationships. So half the world, like, well, I don't know what the percentage is, so don't quote me. And as I forgot to give my disclaimer. My disclaimer is, I'm not a professional. I'm not a therapist. I'm not your mommy. I'm just somebody who's really good at giving advice. And people come to me and ask for advice. So that's all I'm doing. I'm not telling you this is what you should do. I'm not telling you this is how you should live your life. How you live your life is up to you. But anyway, back to this specific question. I'm not judging you or anything like that. But the guy does sound like he's got feelings. In 4 months, I've seen people fall in love quicker than that. I have fallen in love quicker than that. So it's not a shock that the idea of somebody suddenly have feelings for you within that time, especially when sex is involved. There's a reason why there's the term making love, because yes, having sex can spark feelings of, especially when it's over and over again. If you want, one night stands are handy in the fact that don't really have it's usually with a stranger, but it's dangerous, right? You usually, cover your one night stand if you've met, I suppose if it's like a friend, but then you're damaging the friendship. But yeah, one night stands are usually best if you meet, you have sex, that's it. You went back. I wouldn't even be surprised if somewhere in your heart you have feelings for them too. Clearly, you've typed this out. You've taken the time to type this out, and you're concerned. You don't want to lose this person. I would actually take a good hard think and go and think these thoughts. How would you feel if he died tomorrow? Died, not just went away. If he died tomorrow, and you'd never get to see him again, how would you feel? If all of a sudden hearing those words crushes you and it makes you feel terrified, like, oh my God, forget the sex. Him, you never get to see him again. If you felt a little bit of tinge of, oh my God, what happened? Right, you might actually have feelings for the guy. This could be a path you might want to consider walking down. If you're just into it for sex, I would tell him, I'm just in for this for sex. Because his feelings are getting involved, and somebody could get hurt. This will come to a crashing end, and you will lose this anyway. So, as I said, I would seriously think about what I just said. Imagine if tomorrow, a fucking meteorite slammed into the planet where he is and wiped him out, and he's never going to be in your life. You're never going to get to see him again. How would you feel? If you feel pain anyway, and that wasn't my intention, but if you feel a slight bit of, oh my God, I can't believe, consider the fact that you might actually have feelings. And welcome to the human race. Okay, so no vote on that one. That was actually quick and easy. Actually, I even let everybody answer. I won't even put a vote, but anybody who's in the channel that agrees with what I say, just type 1 and push enter. And let's see if you think I'm wrong, push 2. If you don't agree with what I say, push 2. If you agree with what I say, push 1. Don't worry, I'm not going to chase you out of my channel if you don't agree. Everybody's quiet. Okay. No response. Either they're busy typing it out, or because I can see there's people in the chat. 1, yeah, good. Okay. There we go. So people agree. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. I don't know, as I said, I don't know if you're in the chat. I don't know if you're going to be watching this on YouTube, but that's the answer to that question. All right, next one. Nope, that's not the one I want. Next question. I'm trying to find my questions. This one. Yes. Nope. There we go. This one is a question from Anonymous. Why did that not go? There we go. Save. Wait for it to click through. There we go. Is this abuse? This one troubled me a little bit. When I first read that line, I'm like, because, yeah, usually if you think it's abuse, it's kind of an abuse thing. But at the same time, you gotta also wonder who's the abuser. But anyway, if a man withholds sex until you ask for it, then he rejects you. So he's just withholding sex, period. He's not even, okay. But turns around and pleases himself days later and tells you and blames you for him having to do that. What is this type of behavior called? Childish? No. Okay. Confusing. It is I think there's more to this than I'm reading. At face value, I'd almost say yes. If the guy's just doing this just to be a jerk, yes, that's abuse. There's a mental abuse in there. But however, it could be that this male impotency, or male having issues, could be caused by many things. Like he's rejecting you. It could be that there's something going on. Now he's saying he's pleases himself. Is he successfully pleasing himself? Like, maybe he's having issues, right? You feel pretty bad if all of a sudden, like if you love this guy is a guy that you're in love with, you marry. I don't know, because it doesn't actually say if you're, there's not a lot of context in this question. I wish people would add on more important stuff. So I kind of wish. Eventually, I can't wait till I can get people to come on the show and I can ask them live. But yeah. Oh come on, camera, smarten up. It could be considered abuse, yes, mental abuse, because he's basically fucking with your head, quite literal. Your options, or maybe he's a jerk, or maybe he's just a jerk. What do you think? Yeah, there's guys out there that do prefer the hand over anything else. It doesn't mean he doesn't love you. It's just what he prefers. Now, yeah, you could. I kind of think that as well. You could take that's an extreme. That's definitely an extreme way to go. Is just go and have sex with somebody else. But the problem is, if this is a relationship that, and you do, like, let's say there's a relationship, a marriage or whatever, and this is what you want. You want this relationship. You're in love with this person, and then you go and do that. You go and step out, and then you turn around and find out that there's something mentally going on. There's something emotionally. He just can't have sex. For some reason, he's blocking it out. You're gonna feel like absolute shit. I would definitely say what I say in pretty much 90%, 80 to 90% of my questions that I get. One big fancy word: communication. You're asking me these questions. Maybe ask him, what exactly is he blaming? Because you're saying that he blames you. What exactly is the blame? Is he saying, oh, why don't you have sex with me? Well, you clearly are wanting to have sex. Are you telling him, hey, I want to have sex? Are you actually saying, if the man purposely withhold, is it that he's just not approaching you to have sex? We don't the information is lacking in a lot of information. Now you approach them and saying, hey, well, I can tell you right, that is not sexy. I don't know any guy who fucking thinks when I have sex, don't do that. Please don't do that. That is not sexy at all. Lingerie. I mean, see that different guys are different guys. What turns one person on might not turn another person on. So I can't really tell you how to encourage your guy to get with you. But maybe, be in bed when he comes home from work or whatever. Be naked, be in sexy lingerie, have the pillow, have the bed all fucking, and just drape yourself. If he doesn't, could be all kinds of things wrong. Could be a mental thing. Could be, I hate to fucking think this one. He's another thought. Are you sure it's just simply pleasing himself? It could be that he's playing with somebody else. It's communication. Don't want to be. I get what Max is saying right here. Teach him a lesson and go and step out. But you're putting at risk your relationship. If the relationship means something to you, which I think it is, because you're asking this question, you're writing this out. If it didn't mean anything, you wouldn't bother asking the question. You'd have already done it. You'd have already stepped out. You'd have already moved on. Right? So clearly this relationship means something to you. I wouldn't necessarily step out yet. What you might need to do is talk to him. If this relationship is something you want as a long-term thing, you could step out. You could talk to him and go, you know what, hey, I need sex. I understand that you don't want to have sex, so we need to come to some kind of compromise. Either you've got to try to figure something out where you're having sex, or we need to open this relationship so I can go have sex. You don't want to use your fingers, you don't want to use toys, blah blah blah. You want to have sex. There's nothing wrong with opening a relationship. If he shuts it down at that point, you've got a bunch of options yourself, or thoughts yourself. Maybe ask him, what is the hold of why you not want to have sex? It's not wrong to be wanting sex in a relationship, especially if that's what you were at the beginning. You were very sexual at the beginning, and it suddenly changes. I would say talk with them and then make your decisions after that. Anyway, next question. Fuck, this is fun. And as I said, I've gone through all these questions today. I should not be pissed off because these questions have not pissed me off yet. But yeah, I've already got pretty much everybody's answer. So next question, and this one doesn't need a vote either. That one I was going to put a vote, but I pretty much see what everything's in. Advice. Another anonymous. Hang on. Papa. There's so many anonymouses. Anonymous is save. Alright. Is it popped up? Yep. Alright. Okay. Question 3. When a man tells you that he doesn't have sex, when a man tells you that he doesn't have to have sex with you and can have sex with other women, what does that mean? It means he doesn't have to have sex with, if there's no if there's no ring on the finger, and if there's no serious relationship. Let's continue on the question, but I don't know your relationship status yet, so we'll get into it, but that's what he's saying. He can have sex with other people. Mind you, we recently broke up. And now are kind of on a level where we are like friends with benefits. Okay? But it's still like we're in a relationship, or WETF. Whatever the fuck we're doing. Okay, I get it. From my knowledge, he hasn't slept with anyone else, but like this type of stuff makes me feel uneasy. Any advice? I'm gonna say the word again. I'm gonna say it again. Communication. Talk to him. First of all, if he's a broken up, he's a broken up. Who he sleeps with, that is absolutely his choice, right? you've got the choice of, are you going to continue to sleep with him if he is sleeping with other people? Maybe there's issues that you're worried about. Is he wearing protection? I mean, you don't know who he's sleeping with, right? But you want to have him as friends with benefits. It actually sounds like me that you've got feelings for this guy. Otherwise, you wouldn't be feeling so uneasy. You might be feeling uneasy because of more context. I need more context. You are feeling uneasy. Are you feeling uneasy about losing him to somebody else? Are you feeling uneasy because he's sleeping with other people and you might catch something? Are you feeling uneasy because maybe you have feelings for him and you really didn't want to break up? Or you really don't want the relationship to have ended? Because you're basically saying it's still like we're in a relationship. I don't know who broke up. If this is the case, if he hasn't slept with anybody, maybe talk about it and go, why did we break up? Maybe fix your fucking relationship. And you know how you can figure all this stuff out? Communication. Easy word. It just slips off the fucking tongue, right? I mean, do you know what I'm doing right now? I'm talking to you. Do you know what this is? This is communication. You've asked me a question. I'm not the person you need to ask. You need to ask this to your friend, to your friends with benefits, to your boyfriend, to your might be boyfriend, to whatever the fuck you want to put on it. Fucking fix your house, so to speak. Fucking talk to him, and yeah, it doesn't sound like it's over. Because if he's not sleeping with anybody, but you're not sure, you can find out. But it's kind of I think this is right now. You sound frustrated. I think it's a shit or get out of the pot thing. You want something. You want more than just friends with benefits. You don't know if he is. You don't think it's really over. I'm not really one. I hate relationships that are on again, off again, on again, off again. I fucking can't stand them. I've always felt that it is an insult to my partner, to the person, to the relationship, and to myself. It's not going to work because everything you go on. Let's say you've had this big fight and you break up. Oh, I can't believe during that fight you're fucking saying all kinds of nasty things. Now there is truth in the fact that anybody can forgive, right? But it's still in the back of the head, right? Elephants don't forget, but humans, we don't forget bad things. We actually tend to remember bad things more than the positive. So all the shitty things that you've said in that argument are in the back of his head and in the back of yours. So when you get back together, it's still sitting there. And every time you have a fight, it's going to come right back every single time. Especially the one, I mean, you've probably seen, everybody's seen it in a relationship. And every time you fight and you keep thinking, why the fuck does he keep bringing that up? Because it's there. It didn't go away. You've apologized, he's apologized. You've all gotten along and kissed and made up and had sex and had blah, blah, blah. But it's still there. It still happened. It's still bugging him. And he might be able to get over it and move on. But that's why it keeps coming up. Because it still happened. Right? And so when the relationship gets back together, it's there. It's even stronger. The ones that broke the relationship up, those are the ones that we remember even more when you get back together. Oh, well, fuck, this is what broke us up in the first place. And then it'll come out. I don't know why we bother getting back together. And you'll fucking say, oh, well, then if they feel that way, boom, you'll break up again. And you'll do it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. If you're single, not such a big deal. If you've got fucking kids involved, smarten the fuck up. There's kids involved. But anyway, that's my rant. That's what I'd say. Talk to the guy. Figure out what you want. If he doesn't want anything, I would suggest find another fucking friend with benefits. Because there's plenty of other fish in the sea. Maybe he's not supposed to be friends with benefits. Maybe you're supposed to be friends. He's figured out to be friends. But the benefits shouldn't be happening because someone's going to get hurt. I can tell you right now, someone's going to get hurt. So you just need to talk, smarten your shit up, figure your shit out. And hopefully, maybe, if my instinct is correct, yous are not over. Yous are not meant to be friends with benefits. Alright, where are we at for time? I'm already on my fourth question. And it's only 2:30. Wow, we are bucking, rocking, and rolling. I think one of the questions that's coming up, It's gonna be tricky, but it's an advice one. It's an advice one, and while it seems to be mainly targeted at females, helping males, it's for males and females can use this advice. Alright, but this one, question number 4. Guess who this one's from? This one's from Anonymous as well. Anonymous won't fucking stop sending me questions. Question number 4. If you had met up with your ex again, which one? Which one am I telling to fuck off? I'm not going to tell him to fuck off. I'd be friendly, but I'll tell you right now, hard pressed to even remotely consider. It's kind of like a fucking given rule of mine. It's like I do not get with exes. I don't like to even really talk to them. I mean, definitely like catch up. Like there's some girls I dated in high school. If I bumped into them, fucking sure, I'd have a conversation with them. Hey, how's it going? How's it been? You know, do you remember back in high school? Just reminiscing. Will I get back with them? Fuck no. Fuck no. Do I want the best for them? Yes. Some of them, if the best is being hit by a bus, that no, I'm not like that. I don't want them to be hit by a bus. Bus would be too quick. Shush. Okay, next question. Anyway, back on where were we? If you met up with your ex again after a messy breakup and realized you miss each other and started meeting up every couple of days. Oh, it's funny, I was just talking about this. But he said he doesn't want the pressure of a relationship right now. Smart man. And made it clear to you that he ready to get back. Oh, I guess that he missed out. Not. Okay. So not ready to. Where'd I go? Shit. Back together and still wants to be single. So he's okay. So he doesn't want to get back together and wants to be single. Would you stick around? Okay, I'm not seeing any sex. He's just hanging about as friends. Would you stick around for the chance that he may decide he wants to get back with you, or would you just cut contact again? Well, it's not. I don't see. Started meeting up. Like you said, meeting up, not hooking up. So I'm assuming there's no sex involved. Cut contact. I'm at a loss because I do really still love him. I feel like if there's a chance to get back together, I want to try everything I can. But if he decides after a while there is no chance whatsoever for a relationship in the future, then I'm going to have to go through the emotional roller coaster of a breakup again, as that is technically what I will feel like to me. Any advice? You're a bit of a mess, girl. I mean, I'm assuming you're a girl. This just says anonymous. Actually, you've said he, so I'm assuming you're a girl. I'm just going to assume you're a girl. And please, if anybody is the LGBTQ and I don't fucking know, I see this person saying he until I get she's a she. Get off my case. You can't prove me right or wrong. We don't have that information. So I'm going to go with go. So there's no sex involved. There's no relationship involved. Right now, all I'm hearing is friendship. He's an ex, and he doesn't want a relationship. He wants to still hang out with you. He might care about you. He might. Oh, I'm hearing all kinds of things in this thought. Okay, so. Okay. Yeah, I got advice for you, and you're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like it. Because what I'm hearing, no, you don't need to contact with him, right? There's no sex, right? There's no relationship. He's an ex. You've even acknowledged he's an ex. This is a past relationship who you have feelings for. Now, I don't know if that you broke up or he broke up, because it doesn't say like that. That would have been handy to know, is how the relationship ended, right? Because who broke it up can really change that. If he broke it up, if you broke it up with him and he's chasing after you, or he's hurt or whatever, there's a chance. Maybe. If it's the other way around, he might, and this is the part that might hurt, he might have already moved on, and he's sparing your feelings by saying he wants to stay single. He might not be single, but he doesn't want to break your heart. He wants to hang out with you, be friends with you, have a friendship with you. If that is the case, you might need to, for your sake, not necessarily cut all contact, but back away. And the easier way would be, and hardest, would be to just cut ties, yes. The harder one, and maybe more worthwhile, is to temporary cut ties. Give it a few weeks, give it a few months, then contact him and say, hey, how's it going? I'd like to hang out, have coffee, be friends. I don't know, I don't have enough information, but my gut is telling me he's met somebody else and does not want to hurt you. He doesn't want the pressure of a relationship. Yeah, that whole fucking section right there. Doesn't want the pressure of a relationship right now. It's clear that you, but he still wants to be single. My gut is telling me he's met somebody, or he's interested. It's either met somebody or he's interested in somebody. That you'll have to figure out for yourself. I'd maybe even sit down and talk with him and go, I miss you. I'd like the relationship to continue, but I'm not gonna be. You shouldn't have to sit on a fucking shelf and wait. And that's what you sound like you're also doing. You're worried about waiting. There's no relationship, so there's no roller coaster. There's no new breakup again. You're friends. That's the part that you need to get in your head at the moment. That's where it's really tricky. Right now, you are friends. He might have met somebody else. Even if he hasn't met somebody else, he's a friends. The relationship ended. And I know that hurts. Trust me, I can feel it right here. If you're watching this live, if you're watching this, I can feel it here. This is hurting. This is not what you want to hear, because you're still in love with him. But you also need to hear the stuff. He's either moved on, or he's, as he just says, he just wants to be single. You need to talk, and maybe bottom line go, you know what, hey, I'd like something to happen. If this is not going to happen, I need to take a break and get over this and get right in my head. Get you out of, get the guy out of your head, so that you can function, so that you can focus on what you are going to have in the future. And I hate to say, this is not the only fish in the sea. There's plenty of fish in the sea. There's a whole fucking website dedicated for it. There's fucking Tinder and shit like that. There's all kinds of things. You'll find somebody. Don't fucking go thinking, oh, I'm not gonna get with this guy, whatever. It's not the first person or last person. I'm sorry, I don't know if it's the first. This won't necessarily be the last person you fall in love with, right? It's a tricky thing, and I'm not trying to say this to break your heart. I think he's found somebody else. My gut is telling me, from what he says, he doesn't want a relationship. He wants to stay single. Yeah. I'm sorry to say this, but yeah. Talk to him. Lay it on the line. Don't want to lose you. Would like to. Is there anything going on? Is there any chance for this in the future? Are you seeing somebody else? Fucking come out with it. Are you seeing somebody else? Is there a chance for any reconciliation? I personally wouldn't, because it's an ex. any of my exes come up to me, there would need to be some serious fucking miracle before I'd even contemplate it. Exes are no for me. Anyway, next question. I think I answered that one pretty good. There's no. I wrote down no vote for this one. Now this next question has 2 votes, 2 separate question votes, because there's 2 questions. I wasn't going to answer 2 separate questions, but there's 2 questions in here, and I've decided yes, I'm going to answer them both. And you guys are going to get to vote with me. I'll do make 3-minute votes each, and you guys can answer. Here we go. Anonymous. Where's the first? The second question is in the PS. Because I got a PS. It's funny when I get a PS. Boom! Here it comes. Question number 5. It's crazy that was that question number 5. Okay, here we go. Hey, I just wanted to know from a man's perspective, what's your opinion about if your ex fuck me? Welcome to the what should you call this? The X Factor. EX Factor, get it? Fucking I need to put like a big sign. Don't date your ex. Don't be crazy. Okay, I'm not calling you crazy. Let's get to your question. If your ex messaged you for closure. Oh, okay. Good. Nice. Smart. It's a good thing for him to do. It's always a good idea because it helps you move on. It helps you get to that next stage, right? Because when the relationship ends, you never really fully know what caused it. And the big one, don't ghost each other. Ghosting is bad. That's just painful. That to me is abuse. Talk about abuse earlier. Ghosting, that's a form of abuse. Even if the relationship over, just because the relationship does not mean abuse can stop. There's no abuse, there's no relationship. That's bullshit. If I hit you with a baseball bat after the relationship's over, you know what? That's still considered abuse. And there's all kinds of forms of abuse. Ghosting is a form of abuse. Closure allows that ghosting to not happen. That's what's supposed to happen. Closure, not ghosting. Would you like a ghost in your house? No? Of course you would. Ghosts suck. Ghosts suck. Anyway, so closure is very important. So if you can get that, you'll be able to move on. That's the idea, is you're going to be able to move on. Okay, for closure talk that you asked before. So you've asked for, okay, you asked before, but it seems like you don't need it anymore since you found your closure already. So if I'm reading this right, you asked for closure and then decided you didn't need it, but he's wanting the closure and you're asking. I mean, nobody owes anybody closure. No, it's not a financial thing. Neither is love. They didn't owe you love. They gave you their love. They gave you their heart. It was a gift. It was a kindness. Actually, I mean, nobody. Okay, that can be the kindest gesture, but you've moved on and closed the door already. That to me is like running over a deer, like hitting a deer on the side of the road, or a person. You've just drove by, hit somebody, and continued driving. Now you might be able to continue driving because you've moved on. That fucker still hurt. You hit that fucker with a car. This a relationship. You hit each other square on. And that fucking feeling that you have had just ended. And they feel crushed. For the same reason why you wanted closure, it's the same reason the other person needs closure. Already. It's good to be nice. But does it need a reply? Yes. That's my answer, is yes. You need to talk to the person. I don't care if you've moved on. He's still hurt. And he's still in his head over what happened. It doesn't mean you need to get back together. It doesn't mean you need to give up what you've got. It means all you do is you're just talking. What broke it up? Why does it end? It'll help him in his next relationship as well. Move on. That's fine. Have your wonderful life. But it's not right to just let no. I wouldn't say go to his house and do it. You could do it on the phone. You could go for coffee. This guy could still be a friend. You guys have had a relationship together. Unless he was chasing after you with a fucking knife. Unless it was something massively abusive from him attacking you and you don't want to fucking be around him. But yes, being nice is a good thing. Because you know what? I hate to tell you, karma is real. Karma can be so fucking real. And you don't want to bite you in the ass. Because you say yourself, you wanted closure. And then you met somebody and you didn't want closure anymore. So good for you, you moved on. What if that was the reverse and you were pleading with him? You need closure because you can't move on. And you're wanting him to be nice. You choose to be a hypocrite and don't give him the closure. Or maybe whoever the next guy you're with. If that ends, heaven forbid, they'll give you the closure that you want. Or they won't. Because karma turned around and bit you in the ass. Well, what's the next part? P.S. Getting married soon. Is... Well, right there, you want that relationship to be good marriage. I would suggest get that closure. Give him that closure. Be the nice thing. Be the nice person. Because karma can turn around and fucking bite you in the ass on that one. Is it fine to tell your ex also that you're getting married? I don't see why not. But I mean, if you're not going to give him the closure and you're just going to go and tell him that you're getting married, I'm sorry. That's not a nice person. That's a bitch. You're being shitty. You can't give him the fucking time of day to fucking say, hey, this is why the relationship ended. This is what happened. This is why I feel it happened. This is what you felt happened. You can't give him the kindness to do that, but you want to tell him? He's already hurting over the relationship ending. That's why closure is needed, because the person's hurting. Just give him fucking... What's it going to take to get that closure? What? 10 minutes? 30 minutes, an hour, fucking cup of coffee. Doesn't take anything. But it's really the kind of person you want to be. Do you want to be the kind of person who, as you said, kind gesture, being nice? Do you want to be a nice person who does kind gesture? Or do you want to be the bitch who's going to get married, slamming it in, fucking shove the knife in his heart, give a bit of a twist, and pray that it doesn't happen in reverse? That this nice marriage that you're about to have stays good. Because you're about to get married. And if that ends, I can tell you right now, boyfriend, girlfriend break up, it hurts. Marriage breaks up, it's worse. Way worse. You might not get the closure then. So, put out the energy that you want to get back. Give them the closure. So, I think I only have like just about 5 people in chat, so I'm just gonna just say it. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Should she talk to him so he can get his closure? Should they have their closure? 1 for yes, 2 for no. It's a yes. We're about 2 more seconds. See if there's another. Okay. So I don't see any others. So we're just gonna go with yes. Closure is important. Give the guy some closure. It's not gonna take any effort at all. It's only it's the right thing to do. It's not gonna take anything. It's not gonna take any time. It's not gonna kill you. And then after you've had your closure, your next question, that would be the best time to ask. If you give him the closure, yes, it is absolutely fine to tell him, I'm getting married. I'm moving on. I've brought you this. Maybe see if we can be friends. Maybe hail. You know, there might be a friendship there still. Friendships are always amazing. And yes, exes can still be friends. Yeah. Don't bother trying to tell him that you're getting married if you're not going to give him the closure. If you're going to ghost him, fucking ghost him. Stay the fuck out of his life and let him. I hope you do give him the closure. I hope you do. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful wedding and a wonderful marriage and everything works out great. But I can, strongly advise. You don't want karma to bite you in the ass. Don't piss it off. Or karma is a fucker. Karma is real as real can be. Why is this acting weird? One of my screens just stopped moving. Hold on a second. Okay, it's moving again. All right. So next question. Oh no, the next vote. Is it okay for her? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Is it okay for her to tell the ex? If there's been, I'm saying if there's been closure, because if there's no closure, don't. That's just shitty. Is it okay for her to tell him that she's getting married? 1 for yes, 2 for no. And then we'll move on to the next question. So, get the closure, then you can tell him. But if you're not going to get closure, don't tell him. That's my advice. Take it or leave it. It's up to you. But I think you will. You sound like a smart girl. You just a little bit. You want what you want, and I'm going to, I'm even going to bet that you're young. And I've noticed that a lot of young people, they're a bit confused with that kind of stuff. They don't know if it's the right thing to do. They're a little bit shy. That's where ghosting, you know what? My generation, we didn't really have ghosting. That was really a more modern thing of the last maybe 20 years, 10, 20 years. I mean, sure, there's guys that stood you up. But most guys had the decency to fucking tell you what's going on. But guys and girls. I mean, we didn't have phones, we didn't have internet and texting as big back in like the 80s, something like that. So, ending a relationship was definitely very verbal, and you knew that was over. Closure has definitely become a more modern thing, but was always still there because you knew why the relationship ended. There was no, usually because of the big fucking argument. But you knew why the relationship was over. Either something you did or something they did, and yes, it came to fucking light pretty quick. Now, because of all touchy feelings and everybody's so sensitive, we hold everything back and I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to hurt them. I want my cake and I'm going to eat it too. But I might look like a bad person, so I don't want to fucking say I want my cake and eat it too. So I won't say anything, and I want this guy over here. I don't really want this person here, so I'm just going to stop seeing them all together, and I'm just going to date guy number 2. No, I know that the younger generation just need this advice. That's why I'm glad to be doing this, to help, so that if maybe if I help fucking 10 people become better people somehow by not making a emotional mistake that's going to fuck them up, and then they need therapy. You didn't need fucking therapy, you just needed common sense. But somewhere along the line, it's not become common sense anymore. Common sense in relationships is gone. It's gone. And I don't know what the fuck happened to it. And what's weird is because of the younger folks that it's actually affected the older folks that's doing it. That their marriage breaks up. I know people who are older and they've broken from their fucking long-term relationships, and they're in their fucking 50s, 60s, 70s, and they don't know what the fuck to do because the dating world today is so fucking different. What the fuck is a Twitter? People ask me. Oh no, Twitter. Tinder. I'm like, I don't fucking know. Much more than you. But yeah, it's a whole fucking different world. Different fucking world of dating. Different world of what to do in certain circumstances. And there's all kinds of different forms of dating and different people to date. It's no longer just man and woman. It's man and man, girl and girl. Girl who's a boy with a guy who's a boy, and fuck everything in between. Which is cool, don't get me wrong, but it's confusing. And that's kind of what I like to help with, is the confusing things. I hear from the outside story, the outside version, you got a problem with the relationship, feel free to ask me. I could be that outsider that tells you what I would do, but I won't sugarcoat it. If I think you're being an asshole, I'm gonna fucking tell you. Same as that last one. And I'm not saying you are being an asshole. I'm saying if you don't give them the closure, you're an asshole. I don't think you're an asshole. I think you just needed somebody to give you a big push and go, smarten the fuck up. So smarten the fuck up. And congratulations on your engagement. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful marriage, and that you are happy and that your ex is happy. And yeah. So yeah, next question. My next question, here it is. Oh, I like this one. This is one where I get to flex a little bit. Okay, this is somebody asking me my opinion on women. But it's not just women. I'm sorry to tell you, this is not just a man-woman thing. I'm going to fucking point this out to both, because this is important for everybody. So the question reads, so what are things that make what? Where do you come from? That's weird. So what? I'll remove that, so it makes more sense. There we go. I'm trying to find new ways to make my relationship better, since I don't like where it has been sitting. Can you all? Why is this coming out as a you all? Because it's okay. I get what you're saying. I get what you're doing there. So we're all invited to answer this question. So yeah, can you all help me with ideas? Well, I'm going to tell you right from the get-go. See, the problem is not everybody is the same. What one person will like, I don't care if it's male or female or whatever. We all have our own, we'll say, kinks. We have our own things that gets us going. So what would work for me is not necessarily going to work for another guy. What would work, right? But I can tell you the best way to figure this out. One, communication. As I tell everybody, right? And I'm not saying, hey, what turns you on? Don't fucking do that. That's not going to turn on. Pay attention to her. Find out shit like, what's her favorite colors? What's her favorite flowers? What's her favorite food? What's her favorite things? What does she want? Get to know her. I can tell you right, that's usually one of the biggest turn-ons for most people, is that being with somebody who knows them. I mean, yes, granted, there's people that like the idea of being with a stranger, but you want in a relationship, the thing that turns is that they know you. and they know, and you don't sound like you know anything about what this. I mean, you've gone through some of the basic things, the things that you've been told. Okay, let's. What do you get? What do you do? You go for Valentine's. Let me guess. Flowers, chocolates. That's it. And then what are you going to do next Valentine's? Chocolates, flowers, and then after that, chocolates, flowers, maybe a card. I can tell you right now, by that time, by the third year, you've given out a card, something a bit different. She's gonna be a little excited because there's something fucking different. Except for the fact that, did you ever ask her, does she like flowers? There are actual girls that don't like flowers. So getting her flowers over and over again, when you haven't even asked her if she likes flowers or what her favorite flower is, you know what you're doing? You think you're romanticized? No, you're hurting her feelings. You're pissing her off. You're actually pointing out that you don't know shit about her. That relationship's about to fail. But maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but a few years it's gonna fail because you're not listening to what she wants. You need to know what makes her smile, what makes her tick, what excites her. Right? So it could be fact. You can literally get somebody to melt with a simple picture of a place they dream of going to. I mean, even better if you can fucking afford it. Get the fucking plane tickets. Go on a fucking vacation there. She'll be excited, right? One, because you went out of your way to, one, find out what made her happy. Two, you went and got her for you, knight in shining armor, you. And you experienced it with her because you're there with her. Don't just fucking give her tickets and go, hey, it's a bunch of tickets, you go with your friend. Fuck the girlfriend, fuck the friend, fuck you. Get off your ass, go on the vacation with her. I can tell you right now, you want her to melt. Not only will she melt, she'll, can't fucking say it on fucking Twitch. Gotta be careful what I say. But happy night. If you, and it's not just a guy, it's not just girls, it's guys, it's anybody. You know you pay attention to what the person likes, what makes him smile, what makes her smile. That's the best way to make to a person's heart. They used to fucking best way to a man's heart is with food. Because the food is making them happy. It's making the person happy. Finding out what makes the person happy. If the food makes a person happy, then yes, the way to a man's heart is food. It's not. It's what is making that person happy. That person will melt when you go out of your way to make that person feel special. To do, even you don't need, and it doesn't need to be an every single day thing. As a matter of fact, if you're doing the same damn thing every single day, that thing that was special is no longer special. It's mundane. Don't make the special moments mundane. That's why an anniversary is so beautiful. It's so handy. Because you get to do something really special on that special day, at that special moment. Those are really cool. But don't do the same fucking thing. It becomes mundane. And you damage the actual fucking day. The actual anniversary. Right? You need to do something more. What can you do? See, as I said, I don't know your partner to really tell you what will make her tick. I mean, you could go with the age-old traditional stuff, like when she's at work, take the day off. Don't let her know you're taking the day off. Clean the house. I know, that sounds crazy. Clean the house? What? Clean the fucking house. Make the fucking bed. Make the fucking bed. Don't just make the bed. Make the bed and put a fucking single rose or whatever flower that she likes on her pillow. But make the bed. Don't just make the bed, just flop the blankets on the pillows and on the bed. Make it nice and elegant. Tuck the underside of the blankets under the pillows as if you were running a fucking hotel. If your bedroom looks like a hotel room, perfect. If your room looks like it's fucking messy as fuck, if you went into your bedroom and it doesn't look hotel room and it looks like your bedroom, would you stay at that hotel? No, that's what you want. You want to make your bed that you share with her as beautiful as that. You've done this. You've went out of your way. You've took the time. I mean, if you're broke, you don't take the day off. This is not going to work for you. So if you're actually doing good, if I could take the day off, do the time. Julie Outfit Cook? Yeah, that's quite often what works, but that's for the girl itself. I mean, that's a really good one as well. If you can cook for her, awesome. Unless, of course, she's very particular with her kitchen. It can be hit and miss. That can be a dangerous one. Because I've dated cooks. You touch their kitchen. But sometimes, if they can see it, if they can get past it, and see it as a beautiful gesture, even if the kitchen is messy, if they love you, they'll look past it. They'll look past the mess. They'll kill you tomorrow, but that night, they'll thank you. Or if you can cook, then before she gets home, clean that fucking kitchen so it's as pristine as it was when you first walked in that door. Even better. Outfit. There's another good thing as well. I don't know your living situation, if you're living together. I don't know if you're sharing your money or whatever. But sometimes taking a woman to a clothing store and say, I want to take you somewhere. I don't want to tell you where. It's somewhere nice. But I want you to buy a dress. And you're going to go with her. And she's going to try on one dress, two dresses, three dresses. You're paying for it. You're footing the fucking bill. Doesn't matter. Doesn't care. I don't care. And you're going to let her. And yeah. Julie. The trick with Julie is not to let her pick it out, is to go to the jewelry store and look for it. I mean, you gotta pick it out and go and then just buy it with her. Oh, look at me, I'm flushing my cash. Look at me, ha ha ha. If you do it with there, that's how you're gonna come across arrogant. If you do it where you just happen to walk through the mall and you're just shopping hand in hand, arm in arm, all that kind of stuff, and you walk over to the counters of the jewelry counters and isn't that like, she will look, pay attention. Don't be looking everywhere else. Pay attention. Look at the jewelry with her. Avoid, unless you want to get married, avoid the wedding rings like a fucking passion. Just a heads up, a massive ass disclaimer. You go over there, if you're not already married, if you're just boyfriend and girlfriend, you go over there, you are signing your fucking, I'm sorry, you're getting married. You're getting married or you're losing that relationship. Stay the fuck away from the wedding rings and all that kind of stuff. Because if you go over there and she sees them and you don't get an engagement ring within the next few months, six months, maybe a year. If you haven't got an engagement ring within a year of you being in that section of a jewelry counter, the relationship's going to end, if not sooner. So go to the other areas where there's the necklaces, where there's the thing. I mean, if you are wanting to get married to her, fuck, I'm sorry. That's how you melt her heart. That is, without a doubt, get your ass over there and just look and just fantasize. Oh, wouldn't it be sweet? One day, then the next fucking day, you get your ass back to that same store, fucking point that one out. That's the one. If you're not paying attention, if while you're at the jewelry store and you're doing a lot of this, fucking looking about, looking at anything else, like you're fucking bored out of your mind, not only your relationship's going to end, you're probably not getting sex that night. Pay the fuck attention. You want her to melt? Pay attention. Pay attention to her. Make her feel like she's really important. Even if you're not going to buy anything, at least fucking be looking. Paying the fuck attention. But if you can get jewelry, I don't care who she is. She'll like it. Even if it, it does not need to be. This is what a lot of guys make the mistake of. And girls, it needs to be the most expensive, extravagant fucking thing. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's handy. But when you go out and you get the most expensive thing, you're kind of telling her that she's kind of high maintenance. She doesn't want to fucking think that you think that she's high maintenance. She wants to think that you think that she's worth it. Knowing that she's thinking that you think that she's high maintenance, it sounds the same. It's the same fucking effect. You're doing the same thing. But you want her to feel that she's worth it. That's why as I said, you don't want to be standing right there at the counter and go, fuck, whatever, look at my fucking credit card, it's gold, it's It's got like fucking tens of thousands on it. I can buy a ring right there. You're arrogant. Do it after? Aww. You remembered. She'll melt. See the timing? Timing is an important thing as well. Don't try to show off. Don't try to flash your cash. One, I mean, yes, there's girls out there that, yeah, you'll impress them. That's not melting the heart. That's just getting them excited because they want your money. They're not even wanting your dick. They want your money. So you can pretty much figure out what they're wanting with something like that. But if you're not, you're asked how to make the woman melt. Pay attention. That's it. That wasn't me saying for you to pay attention to me. That's the answer to the question. Be it male or female. Pay attention. That's the answer to that one. Agreed? Give me a 1. Disagreed? Give me a 2. Pay attention is the answer. All of it, everything else can fit into place in its own fucking time. Pay attention. It's not a guessing game. There's a massive instruction manual. She is your instruction manual. Doesn't need her to fucking tell you. But she's telling you. She's showing you in every move that she makes and every breath that she takes. You should be watching her. Not creepy. Don't be a creep. Don't be a fucking stalker. But pay attention. She'll tell you. She'll show you what she wants, what's making her melt. Give her a fucking random massage. Don't do it just because, oh, she's all giddy and fucking, woo! That massage is not going to do fuck all. She is tired, she is exhausted, she's had a big day of work, rub her feet. Melt. You've done 2 things like that. 1, you've acknowledged that she's had a rough fucking day. 2, that you care. 2 massive important things. That somebody she counts on cares. And as you start to rub her feet, there's actual little nerve endings in there that if you can get the right ones, Google it. No, she'll melt. She'll melt. You gotta get the right ones. It's called erogenous zones. Shh. Look it up. She won't just fucking melt. She will sizzle. But that aside, this is fun. That was question number 6. That's question number 6. Whoa! Question number 7. And this is my last question. Here it comes. From Anonymous. Asking about their fucking ex. Okay. So. But it's different. It is different. It is different. And I'll tell you why. Because they're not asking to get back with their ex. Here we go. So I'm dating this guy now. My boyfriend. Hang on. I'm dating this guy now. My boyfriend. And he has an issue with me hanging out with me when my ex is present among my group of friends. Okay? We, ex and I, also have the same friend circle. However, I agreed to only see my ex on special occasions with my groups of friends. That makes sense. My boyfriend still has an issue with that after sharing my location with him. After I shared my location with him and repeatedly usually tried to message him. However, I'm not out to reassure him nothing is going on. Whenever I'm out, try to message him whenever I'm out to reassure him nothing's going on. Well, that's decent. He is always paranoid whenever I'm outside. We also have a long distance relationship. I still see him once a week. He lives in Philly and I live in New York. I don't know what the distance of that is. That sounds distance. My question is it still wrong to see an ex you guys share the same group of friends with? It's kind of inevitable, and I'm usually trying everything I can. To reassure the guy I'm not. Guy, nothing is going on. Text, Snapchat, all that kind of stuff. Okay. Careful. Yes. It's absolutely okay, as far as I'm concerned. You ask my opinion as a guy. Is it okay for you to hang out with your ex when you around friends? As you just said, it's inevitable. Like, you shouldn't have to give up your friends to just because you got in a relationship and your boyfriend knows. I mean, but however, the thing is as well, and this is why I advise everybody, when you get in a relationship, set your expectations right away, right? Open relationship, I was okay hanging out with, right? That way, one, it doesn't become a cause controlling, because you don't want to do that like on the first date. It's like, oh, fuck, eating away, having fun. Hey, it's okay if we have an open relationship. I'm not talking shit like that. I'm talking once you've decided this is now a relationship. At some point, after you've dated a little bit, go to a movie, have a fucking dinner, do your dating fucking thing, do your little dating dance, your courtship before the relationship clicks in. But just before that relationship is about to become official, you know what? I'd like to make this. That's when you fucking set your boundaries, your expectations, what you expect. Is this a relationship, completely exclusive, monogamous? Right there, done. That way you know the rules are set. We're not seeing anybody else. Later on, you can change it if you want. You can open it up later on. But while that's in, once it's set, it's set. That's the important thing. Are we allowed to see exes? Are we allowed to be friends with exes? Are we? All these should be set now. Most relationships I've seen, and I'm guilty of this too. It's usually something that triggers that jealousy. Now, it could be something that was before you even met him. If that is the case, it's something he needs to deal with. He's definitely going to need to deal with. If it's something that happened in the relationship, it's something both of you need to deal with. He might have seen something and misinterpreted, and you're going to need to ask him, why are you jealous? Like, he might have seen something and he's taken it the wrong way. Maybe your ex has given a look. I dated a girl, and she was close with her ex. They were friends. But anyway, this one time we were talking, and it was a long distance relationship. Her ex came over, and they were just super nice, they were friendly and shit like that. Anyway, she has a laptop. She had a laptop in her bedroom. That's how we communicated a lot. It wasn't like a long relationship. It was close-ish, like just a few towns away. I couldn't get to see her all the time, work or whatever. But anyway, we would be able to see each other. Her ex came over to see, just came to visit, and I knew this guy. Seemed like a friendly enough guy. That's why I didn't really care about them hanging out. He knew that we were on the thing. He came in the room, and he looked at the camera, and there was something in his look, like he's like he was looking at me, like winking, like ha ha ha, I'm in her bedroom, like he was trying to fucking goad me. And at that point, and she hadn't seen it, but it did cause a lot of friction for me, because it's like, this guy knows the boundaries. This guy knows they're just friends. I'm okay with them being friends, but I wasn't okay with anything else. It wasn't an open relationship. It was just me and her, and I was letting them be friends. I was completely okay with it. It became a bit of a prick. But anyway, the relationship failed, and it usually is because there's something in the back of my head that I was always worried. Had she talked to me, had her and I talked, and she acknowledged what I was saying, I probably wouldn't have cared so much. She automatically just went straight into denial. No. It's not necessarily about the other guy. You're doing a great job. What you're doing right now is amazing, but you're still not addressing the key issue. The fact that you've reassured him. That's great. You reassured him that they're here and now, but you haven't got to the root of the issue. What is it that's making him jealous? Because after a few times, he should already be trusting you. He's trusting you because he's seeing the pattern. She's doing all this. Not necessarily that, but something about either your ex has upset him. You need to try to acknowledge what it is that's upset him and say, I understand that's upset you. And I'm not wanting to do anything with him. I'm not interested in any way, shape, or form. The other thing that you could do, here's a crazy thing. Why are you not bringing your boyfriend to these things? There's you, your ex, and your friends all hanging out together, but your boyfriend doesn't go? You don't invite your boyfriend? That could also be something that's bugging him. Like, why are you not asking your boyfriend, hey, you want to come along and hang out with my friends? Even if it's not every single time, once in a while, so one, he can see how it is. And if he says he's seeing something going on, listen to him. He might be saying that to some guys are like that. I'm sorry, but they are. There's a lot of guys that do that. That give a ha ha ha. And they'll get all snuggly with you. And they'll be all, right? Not to be with you, but to kind of be all sticking out the fucking chest. They're peacocking. Look at me. Ha ha ha. And there's nothing you can do. And if you argue, you're going to lose your girlfriend. Ha ha ha. There's guys out there that do shit like that, unfortunately. There's girls that do shit like that. Fuck, I'm saying guys. Girls do that. They get off on the idea of taking a person, an ex, away from their, right? It's not that, it's the challenge. Shitty fucking people. Should play a little company. I will definitely be giving that a try. But yeah, I don't think, to answer your question, no, there's nothing wrong with seeing, hanging out with your ex, especially if you're reassuring him. But I would get to the root of the problem. I would talk to your boyfriend and ask him what's really bugging him. Why is this a repeated issue that keeps coming up? And then invite him to the groups. Maybe not all of them, if you don't want him there or whatever. But if he's asking to come and you're saying no, but your ex is there, I could understand him being upset with that. I mean, think about it. You would too. Reverse it, flip it on its side, the other way. How would you feel if he went to a party with his friends and his ex is there? The exact same thing you're asking of him. If you flip it and think how you would feel if you were in that situation. But you trust him because he's showing you where he is. He's sending you pictures. He's texting you. He's sending you snaps. He's blah blah blah. He's letting you know. He's reassuring you every possible way he can. But yeah, if he doesn't, and if he doesn't invite you along, you're going to be a little bit concerned. So communication key. Acknowledge where he's coming from. Find out what it is that's upset him, that makes him worry about this. Because it seems to be, from reading this, it's not multiple exes, it's one specific ex. And you probably want to avoid stuff like X and I. Avoid linking the two of you together in conversations. Because that's what he's hearing. That's what his subconscious is. My ex and I. It sounds silly, but the subconscious, the human brain, we're stupid as fuck. But yeah. Anyway, that's the end of my questions. And I've almost made it to an hour and a half. That's not bad. It's been a good show. There's no vote on that last question. I've liked this episode. It's been pretty good. I will be playing some games a little later. Definitely want to check out that World Company. Thank you for letting me know about that. I've seen a few people talk about it and playing it. I even saw Summit. Was it Summit? I saw Summit playing it. And Shroud's still hooked on Valorant. I kind of moved on from Valorant. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about that during this. To all my, I'm going to close that question off now that I don't need it. Okay, so to all my YouTube fans and friends and all that, thank you for watching. If you haven't already done so, click subscribe on the YouTube page. That way you can be informed. Oh, make sure you click the bell as well. The bell is the important one because the bell lets you know when a new one pops on. So if you can't see me live, you'll still get to see this on YouTube once it's up. This video should be up probably by Sunday morning sometime. What else? You can click out, you can go to any of these things right here. I've also got a Discord. The link on that is actually on my Twitch. Yeah, on my Twitch thing. Down below. Just click on Discord and you can join that. If you have any questions, feel free at the moment just send it to the Discord. But I'm going to be creating an email address that will also be put down at the bottom, so you can send the email there with your questions. Remember, if you want it anonymous, send it to me in a private message and state that you want it to be anonymous. If you don't, I'll probably just use your name. Yeah, I'm trying to get it so that it'll all go to one email, so it'll help me, so I don't need to go in different fucking programs trying to find people's questions. I get them in my Instagram, I get them in Discord, I get them in this thing. And it's tricky trying to track them all down. But yeah. Thank you for watching. You have been a wonderful audience today. And so yeah, this show will be again next week, 2 p.m. Pacific time, every Saturday. And, well, thank you for watching. I appreciate you enjoying the video. I hope you liked it. Feel free to follow, subscribe, ring bells, do your thing. If you want to watch more of this content, I will be having this show a lot more, and yeah, there's other shows as well, other videos on here, but there'll be more content coming as I go. This is episode 2, and it's been good.